Okay.
I think we got it.
Yeah, I
It
think
looks like it's working this time. Great. So now you guys can experience what Mario and Rabbids gives you.
Right.
All right.
Apparently something from Apple.
Without glitching.
Impossible. Apple without glitching?
Oh.
So yeah, the basic plot line. Apparently some girl or other, I don't know. Sounds like a girl to me.
I think it is.
Makes a combining thing. And that causes this shit.
Basically, the ultimate form of the fusion dance.
By the way, that Japanese text you saw there briefly,
Yeah?
it said oishi.
Oishi?
Oishi.
Oishi.
Delicious. It was apparently for like some kind of fish restaurant or something. I don't know. But it said delicious. Something was delicious. By the way, if it's overheating on your face,
It should be...
I think you shouldn't have much of a face left.
Right.
Or at least not react with, "Aw," you should be like, "Ah, shit, it's hot!"
And then suddenly Rabbids appeared in a time-traveling washing machine.
If I remember, that was like the ending of the last game they had before they made this.
I forget when the last one... I remember, like, it ended around, like, 2014.
No, there's still a Rabbids game. There was one that was made that wasn't Mario plus Rabbids.
Really?
Yeah, it's on the Switch. I don't know what it is, because I don't really play the Mario plus Rabbids. Or, not, sorry, the regular Rabbids games.
Right, because I think everyone was sick of them at that point.
Mm-hmm. I played, like, the original and the second one, I think.
Right.
But I wasn't that interested in Rabbids. I was mostly just interested in the XCOM style game.
Yeah, this is... that's the reason why I know about this game. Because...
You're like, oh, XCOM with Mario.
And because I recently played XCOM 1 and 2. No, and I just recently beat XCOM 2.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
XCOM 2. So I'm all for those like tactical strategy games.
It does make me think about trying Shadowrun again, but you know, there's like no sounds. There's no voice to that, so
There's no audio?
yeah, there's no audio for the voice of the characters. That's part of the problem.
Oh.
So, I mean, you guys would really have to read, and I wouldn't know your reading speed.
Right.
So, I'm not certain that's a great idea for you guys to backseat.
I've only heard of Shadowrun through a Tips and Tricks magazine, and I don't think it's the games you showed me.
I mean, there was a Shadowrun on the SNES.
No, it was more like it kind of looked like a multiplayer shooter kind of thing.
Oh, the last one that killed it?
Oh.
There was a Shadowrun reimagine, a remake, so to speak. It was an online-only multiplayer shooter with buggy servers, if I remember correctly.
If you want, I'll show you the tips and tricks.
That sentence doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
What is Shadowrun? Let me ask you that question.
I don't even know.
No, just what is it? Just tell me like a genre or something. What is it?
I'll be right back.
Because I think you have the wrong idea about what Shadowrun is.
Exactly. It was originally like an RPG type, but then they decided to be stupid and do that, apparently.
Not quite. It's a tabletop game. So it's like adapting D&D. Like, it's perfectly fine to have an action RPG for D&D. So having a shooter for Shadowrun doesn't mean anything.
Make any sense?
No, it makes sense. You could have a shooter for Shadowrun.
Speaking of shooters, I actually...
It's like having different genres for Warhammer 40k games.
Really?
Because the original Warhammer 40k isn't a video game. It's a war game.
Oh.
Here it is.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a look. Odin Sphere. Wow, that was PS1. How old is this thing?
Really old. Really old until at some point they stopped making them.
Shadowrun. Oh, right. The
Washing machine is crashing down.
Well, that, but also you see it dimmed. The switch was on without action for a while. Kind
And
of
that's-
dumb that it did that.
And
but
then
yeah.
it's lining up because you're like, oh crap!
Let's see.
Ow.
Certainly is a different game, but I'm not quite certain what it is.
Alright.
It does look like a shooter, but it seems to have a loadout system.
Yeah, they're just being dicks. Yeah, I don't know what it was because I never got a chance. I never played it.
Yeah, it does seem to be based on the RPG, though.
Ziggy! Ziggy Stardust!
Ziggy!
Ziggy Stardust takes his revenge.
Yeah, so, yeah, most of the time the rabbits are just dicks.
Yeah, they are.
And I think that's true here, too. Even the ones that are on your side are kind of dicks.
Yeah. But then again, they got bodies made out of rubber and brains made out of nothing, so...
I mean, this Bebo is like, oh, they got corrupted by the super murders. Like, nah, they were always dicks.
No,
They were acting the exact same way they've always acted.
Do you expect them to be any different?
But yeah, there's a lot of set pieces, so every once in a while you'll see something like this.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's like, help me, please!
What did they do? Just glue them?
They glued them, it looks like, with honey.
I don't want to be that Goomba that got stuck between two pipes.
Or it looks like Gorilla Glue or something.
I think it's just honey.
Is Gorilla Glue yellow? I'm pretty
Yes.
sure it's clear.
No,
No, the original type is yellowish color.
Okay.
Right.
Speaking of shooters recently, apparently, have you heard of the old PC game called Deer Hunter?
I'm pretty sure there's an Xbox for whatever that.
Right.
Well, sure, but
Unless it was like super, super old.
like 90,
Yeah,
97, 90.
Yeah, if you would like, I would show you the other ones.
But this is before the Cabela's days.
Mm.
There apparently during that time there was also these parody games called Deer Avenger,
Right.
where you basically play as a PO deer hunting humans.
hmm
And
So, apparently an attachment gives us guns and a yo-yo.
That is weird. Finally, Mario has a gun, and not in a Flash game.
It's a gun, but it's not a gun.
you know,
It's probably the closest. It's probably the most family-friendly gun we can probably give him.
aside from a Star Fox blaster, but I digress.
Or outside of a Flash game. Not even a Flash game where they just give him an actual pistol.
So now, we shoot.
Yeah.
Now make sure to read. These are all the mechanics you need to learn.
If you're familiar with XCOM or any other type of tactical strategy, I think you'll get the idea.
Well, it's far more simple.
Ah.
Percentages to hits are not like based on any stats or anything. They're based on purely on how open they are. Like for instance, you see this guy completely out in the open, 100% hit rate.
Right.
Cannot miss that.
Yeah.
Or this guy by half cover, 50%.
Alright, so...
But also, if you miss him, you destroy the cover of it.
Right.
So it's a lot more cut and dry in the percentage.
Yeah. Yeah, I will tell you the first two Deer Avenger games are I wouldn't show you because while you are hunting humans, it's not like Duke Nukem or anything like that. They keep the spirit of a hunting game.
Okay,
The third one is very much similar, but at least it moves a lot quicker. And
Holy
quite
crap.
frankly, it has a lot of funny one-liners.
Yeah, this is 2007.
2007, huh?
Yeah, because it says it right on the spine.
Mm.
On the spine.
I have a 2007 thing.
Because I used to collect these, and I still have them.
Right, you want to talk about Crisis Core? Or the original Dragon Ball Online that nobody remembers? Do you remember there used to be a Dragon Ball Online MMO?
I only...
Or Haze.
Oh, I remember Haze.
Haze. Did that come out in 2007 or 2008? I don't remember.
It was definitely during that era.
Yeah, I'm looking through it, I'm like, oh my god, these are a lot of old games.
Or Halo. What was that? Halo 3?
Looks like Halo 1, actually.
That-
GTA. Freaking.
Because Halo, well, maybe not Halo 1, maybe Halo 2. Because Halo 3, I believe, came out in 2008. Because I remember at high school people talking about it.
Yeah,
This was a big thing then.
yeah, this is, yeah, here's one about, like, I think Halo 2?
Yeah.
Looks like Halo
But now I shot everyone. Aren't I fantastic?
2.
Yep, you're incredible.
I did it 2 under par.
Okay, now I know where you were making, now I know where you were going on about Crisis Core.
Yeah, because it's right there. It's right there on the front.
You
Yeah,
guys seen these magazines before.
here, take a look. Here, take a look.
But hey, here's more. There's all these little things around the place.
The
You
hell?
might find some ones that you really like. So
Yeah, there's also cheat codes.
Oh, we
no,
tips.
no. I meant
Oh.
these little set pieces that it looks at.
Oh.
Data might really like some of them in particular.
Why do you say that?
Because they got silly, stupid stuff, and you always seem to enjoy those.
Yeah, I do.
So once we find one of them, better be paying attention.
Oh, look, Barnyard Cheats.
Barnyard cheats.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
I didn't know it had cheat codes.
It does. Oh, it does. And I've
You
been
got
aware
a blue
of them.
hole.
Been aware
You've
of
heard of black holes and white holes, but here's blue hole.
Blue hole.
Blue
them.
hole.
The blue hole.
Flower items. One of them is money, money, money.
Is that supposed to be action replay or some shit?
I don't know. It's a
Let's
no.
take a
These
look.
are cheat codes. They're button prompts.
Yeah, all the Tips and Tricks magazines have like a section for cheat codes. Or a section for cheat codes.
But we have the internet these days.
Right.
It's true, we do have the internet.
I think
They had the internet too.
Sure. What's this? Rumblebee.
Unlocking weapons.
a new gun.
You still have to buy them, but you can unlock them by finding them there. Not that that'll be relevant right now. Also, I'm gonna skip that stuff anyway when it shows up. I'm definitely not showing you the process of me going through and selecting weapons and talents.
I see.
That was just a waste of time. But you never know what could happen in the field, so I'll show you all of that anyway.
Dun, dun, dun.
Also, you might find some of the secret locations fun.
Alright. It really went all out.
Yeah, there's collectibles. Because it's a Ubisoft game. So you got random...
Wait, what?
Yes.
It's a collaboration game.
Yes, the Rabbids are Ubisoft. Did you not know that Rayman was Ubisoft?
Actually, I kind of forgot. Because I can't...
Yeah, because it's not Assassin's Creed, huh? So you forgot that this was Ubisoft.
yeah.
But yeah, it's Ubisoft, so there's a bunch of random tad in the field. That's why I'm going around and doing crap like that. Because it's Ubisoft, and this is what they do.
I kind of forgot about that. Yeah, because it's not Assassin's Creed, it's not Far Cry or any other of their bad open world games.
Far Cry 3, baby. Woohoo!
Okay, yeah, I will not crap on Far Cry 3. Far Cry 3 is great.
Yeah, it's really great.
But I will crap on but I will sort of semi-crap on Far Cry 5.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I didn't play any of them, so whatever.
I would be surprised if you...
Oh, well, no, there was one Far Cry I played. I played Blood Dragon.
Yeah, that's not surprising. That's that surprise.
Well, the problem was that I bought it on Steam, and then it's like, install Uplay. And I was like, well, this is
Oh,
bullshit.
you heard of Uplay.
Yeah, I was forced to install Uplay, and then...
Oh, I didn't bother.
And then, basically, it's like, this is garbage, so my current PC doesn't have it installed. I might install Blood Dragon again, but if I do, I'm gonna have to patch out Uplay.
Wait, you should have Uplay on the Xbox. No, wait, you should have Blood Dragon on the Xbox.
Yeah, I believe that it is there.
Yeah, because I have the Far Cry collection.
But the thing is that I prefer playing my shooters on PC.
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
Also, we got the Snot Sunflower.
He looks like he should be part of a he looks like a 90s novelty toy. It's mostly just the shades.
So, folks, it's time this flower took things underground.
And there he goes. Never to be seen again, except not really.
This place used to be fun.
Now it is not.
Now it's time to shoot some more Ziggies.
Ziggy!
Jerk.
Introducing a new mechanic, dashing.
You can't do that in XCOM.
Yeah, you can't deal damage by just dashing into people. Here you can.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that in XCOM 2.
Movement is stupid crazy in this game. You can do some silly things.
I think, yeah, they were like, what? How can we do this tactical strategy game but still do, like, Mario's movements?
Yeah, some jumps, dashes. But the thing is that you can chain jumps and dashes. And if you get into a pipe, you can extend your movement. So you can go extremely long distances.
You can go... I think you can pull off some crazy combos.
Watch this. I'm going to do a dash and a jump. Watch this move. Boom. BAM! You couldn't do that in XCOM.
No!
And then shoot him in the face.
No, because they had to be sort of realistic.
Now watch me do it again. Finish him off with a dash. Jump up. Woo, go over there. Ready to shoot the next guy.
Yo-yo to the face!
Yo, yo, yo! Can't dash anyone this time, just gonna jump.
This is turn-based.
Yeah.
Team turn-based, but yes.
So yeah, speaking of Dear Avenger, I'll show you footage of the third game because it's the most interesting and there's a lot, like less to it.
Yeah.
And then plus you'll laugh.
But as you saw, the enemies will dash you too.
Yep.
And that's why you have to be careful about where you're at.
Oh.
Or boom,
Because if they dash you too,
Yeah.
they can kill you with that. Because it does a decent chunk of damage. And that was me not reading the percentages and just going along with it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done that because that was 0% chance.
Also for the original Xbox, I managed to find going through my video games. I found Dungeons and Dragons Heroes.
What? Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
What kind of game that is, though.
All I know are the only ones I know. The only D&D games I know are the Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter Nights, the beat 'em up Tower of Doom.
Hey,
games.
you missed Icewind Dale. It's part of that same series.
What?
Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter Nights, and Icewind Dale are all
I have
part
no
of
idea
the
what
same
that is.
group.
The AOL game.
No,
No, I have no idea what that is.
no, not the AOL game. The actual Neverwinter Nights.
Oh.
I just mentioned the AOL game because I don't know what it's called. I just know it's Dungeons and Dragons on AOL.
It's called Neverwinter Nights.
Right.
It was technically the first MMO, kind of.
Right. Dark Alliance and I think that's it. I don't know what Icewind Dale is.
Dark Alliance is also Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
Icewind Dale is part of the same group as Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights. It's the same basic game.
Oh.
That's why you skipped one.
Well, mostly because I never heard of that one.
Also, it was made after Baldur's Gate, but before Neverwinter Nights. So it's in between the two.
To be fair, I have not played any of the Baldur's Gate games.
Now, Heroes, it's more of a hack and slash game, but from what I remember, it is one of the goriest T-rated games you will ever play.
Really?
Yes, but do they say shit and damn in it?
Who knows?
Because they certainly said that in E-rated games on the N64.
They did?
Yeah. One of the Goemon games for the N64, they say damn in hell.
About.
They say damn in hell quite frequently.
Ah.
I don't know that they say shit in it though.
And what else? And what other N64 games? Starshot, Circus Fever. That one's not a good one, but they do use the word damn quite a bit.
But also the E10 rating didn't exist yet.
Yeah. Also Donkey Kong 64 once.
Hell of a crap.
Once.
Although you're pretty much going to be saying it yourself after you realize how many collectibles are there. You're like, shit, I have to collect what now?
And Conker's Bad Fur Day, but that one's kind of a no-brainer.
Right.
And it's not an E-rated game, so.
No,
Bitch stole my coin. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. And then shot you in the face.
How dare he?
How dare he?
But yeah, you can get rid of cover by shooting it repeatedly.
How many shots does it take?
I think 3.
But
You'll see it because I do it several times.
But if you are Scottish Lord, then I am Mickey Mouse.
Wait, why are you quoting the Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade?
It's like, how dare he?
Last Crusade.
Yeah. Why? It's one of the best ones.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Nope, I was one off.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
you were literally one off.
I was one off, so Mario got hit in the face.
Ow.
Twice.
Well, that wasn't in the face. That was a trip.
Ow.
But yeah, I felt pretty dumb after I let him live.
You're like, not cursing RNG?
No, because it wasn't really an RNG problem. It was a me problem. But it's fine. I got a heal.
Heal!
But yeah, so that you can get up to 3 stars with this, and that's perfect. And you always want to get 3 stars. It's always good. Gives you coins. Gives you stuff. Eventually, you get talent points or orbs or whatever they call them. That's pretty good too. You want that stuff so that you can unlock skills.
Right.
And you may have saw where I did my movement for a dash, and then went to do a second dash in a row. That's because there's a skill that lets you do that.
They're just dicks.
Yeah, see? They're just dicks. They're like, you didn't give us enough of a reward, dude.
Ugh.
Also, did that thing have that in its mouth or stomach?
Ew.
I don't want to question it.
No. Or in its roots.
Well, since it's spat it out.
Right.
I'm trying to think of parts of a plant, but I can't off the top of my head.
No.
I do not have the skill to push a block.
I need strength. I need the HM strength.
Blue Wizard needs more strength.
No more notes. No more
Blue
notes.
Wizard is about to die.
Now I really want to go play Gauntlet Dark Legacy.
Well, maybe we can play Gauntlet.
Because okay, if we ever play, if we ever decide to do Gauntlet, dibs on Red Wizard.
Red Wizard is about to die.
Yeah, because that's my go-to
Bitch
character.
she is.
I will tell you this though.
Don't let your love be divided.
There's just a marble inside their head. Marble running around in their head.
Ah, yes. Here is Toad. Toad and Toadette are escort characters that you sometimes have to escort.
Joy!
Joy!
Yeah. We don't have to escort them yet, but every time they are actually in a mission, they can't actually fight. You just have to protect them.
Yeah, because I don't think Toad can fight for shit.
That explains why he always gets freaking kidnapped in Mario.
Well, I mean,
Help me!
I actually find it frustrating because I would prefer if I had 4 party members. And when Toad first showed up, I was like, oh, I got a 4th party member. And then it's like, nope, you have to guard him. Oh, okay.
Seriously? I don't think
So the only time you get to do 4 party members is when you have the co-op stuff, which we might do the co-op stuff sometime.
Okay.
I'm not certain if there's any story to it, though.
Right. I don't think it breaks the game to have a full extra party member. I don't think it breaks
No, it insists on 3.
Oh, what else is there? Other words, still in the process of getting a game, N64 Game Shark.
Wow. By the way, do you like subspace?
What?
We're going to cyberspace.
Oh, we're in the Matrix.
Oh!
Well, we're in the Matrix now.
Getting blue coins in cyberspace. Yeah, I got them all.
When you say cyberspace, I'm immediately thinking like Cyberpunk 2077.
No, the only cyberpunk for me is Shadowrun.
Well, we're completely off. I usually think of that Scooby-Doo movie.
Cyber Chase?
Yeah!
Yeah, I know that one.
The one with the Phantom computer virus.
Yeah, I know that one.
It just reminds me of the... It just reminds me of the trailer for it, too. It's like, cyberspace. Cyberspace! Oh!
Oh boy, Scoob! We're going to cyberspace! I hope they have delicious sandwiches!
Yeah, I can see that.
See, we didn't have to escort him through an actual battle. They met up.
Speaking of which, did that Mario game?
Which one?
A Mario game where she turns into a mini Princess Peach.
Oh, I forgot which one that was. All I know is that started Bowsette because everyone's like, "Oh, it's a crown that turns you into a Peach lookalike," and put it on Bowser.
I'm like, yeah, that's because, that's all I remember from the Super Crown. Like, why?
Well, I have to admit, it is a pretty sexy design.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
It doesn't help that I'm also into tsunderes, so so it's like perfect for me. I'm like, oh yeah.
I'm looking like, okay, I think we've taken this whole thing too far.
Well, you know, it also didn't help the end result of Odyssey, and so people started making comics. It was like,
I
after
know
they
the
both
one
get
you're talking about.
they both get rejected, and so Bowser puts the crown on.
But I remember, like, nope, we're not doing that. I don't think we're desperate enough for that. I don't think we're down bad for that.
I'm not too serious about it, but it's still funny.
I know.
But yes, here we are. We're at the castle again.
What they did to my castle!
Oh, it gets worse. Every chapter you complete, it gets worse.
Oh dear.
Oh!
Allow me to introduce myself. Your Highness, I am an Apple product. I was made by slave labor in China.
What is...
Except it's technically not slave labor because they were given money. They were given 55 cents an hour.
Right.
Question. Question. What Apple product is Beefo?
I don't know.
A Roomba?
Yeah, it's the Apple Roomba.
Or is it... I'm just trying to think. Or he's a... It's a fiber internet hookup.
I don't know.
Don't look at me. It looks like a Roomba because it's spherical.
Look, I'm perfectly fine with black squares.
Right.
I'm perfectly fine with Microsoft products being black squares. Just keep it that way and stop trying to be Apple Microsoft.
Right.
They're not even trying anymore.
Oh gosh, they kind of are, but they aren't. I mean, they are doing some annoying things with 11, which my desktop is now. So every once in a while, I had to install this program called Start Is Back just to deal with the awful interface that they have now.
Really?
Well, the thing is, like, File Explorer is fine, mostly. But the issue is the Start menu. It's awful. And there was another problem that it was there to fix. But basically, I have to run that in order to do anything because...
Why is he running like Sonic?
Because Mario is Sonic, and Sonic is Mario. Didn't you know they're the same person? That's why he can roll in Odyssey.
If anything, speaking of Windows, it appears to me, looking through Windows' entire history lineup that it seems like every other one is a miss. Miss like let me give you an example. At least the notorious ones from my era. Okay, so you had Windows Vista.
Did you actually ever use Vista?
I've just read the history behind it. Even though it was around in my time.
Wait, Windows Vista?
Wait, look at this. It took the Mushroom Kingdom Department of Public Works 3 years just to get the permit for the statue. It was a statue of Princess Peach right by Princess Peach's castle.
Right.
And she's the princess. She could have just said yes.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So, from what I heard, it was just a little too bloated. Then.
So Windows Vista was basically an enhanced XP. A lot of features that you use now were in it. But yes, it was bloated. Its problem was that it was slow because the new stuff hadn't been refined well.
Then you had...
But Vista actually was working perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And Windows 7 is just a better version of Vista, so...
And then...
So it's Vista, but with the kinks ironed out.
Sure, yeah. So, and then we went to Windows 7, which is arguably one of the best operating systems of all time.
It's pretty good, yep.
And then we had Windows 8. Believe it or not, the very first new computer we had in the house had Windows 8. So I used it actually quite a bit, and I was using that when I first started YouTube.
Yep, that's when they decided that computers were phones. And then they did 8.1, which was still 8, but it actually had an interface.
I don't know, because I remember using my grandma's computer a lot, and I don't know if it was Vista or Windows 98.
That's a huge gap.
That is kind of a huge gap. That's usually you can tell those apart very clearly.
I couldn't in instant because I used to play CD-ROMs.
I think it might be Windows 98.
98 looks like 95, but it's slicker. Whereas Vista looks like XP, except that it's got more stuff.
Okay, yeah, then it was 98.
Yeah. Because if it looked like 95, it was 98.
Yeah.
Because that's what 98 was. It was an upgraded version of 95.
Yeah, because...
What was Windows 2000?
Windows 2000 was around XP era, and it was kind of the halfway point between XP and 98. So it still had some of the more simplistic design, but it was getting sleeker.
Yeah.
But the thing was that there were 3 2000s. Because there was 2000, there was ME, and then I think CE was the other one. But yeah, ME was Millennial Edition or Millennium Edition. And I forget, it was like their sleeker attempt version of it or something like that. But it was basically Vista in the fact that it was very slow and kind of buggy.
Quack. Quack.
No!
They missed.
Now you screwed them up.
Yeah, if anything. Yeah.
And then the third 2001 was just a server version.
And I worked with, like all of Windows 8, but then I got to Windows 10, and honestly, I have not upgraded since.
What happened to Windows 9?
There wasn't one?
There wasn't one. That's because the 95, 98 stuff was all marked with 9s, and so it causes a compatibility issue if they made the next one 9.
Alright.
That's why they skipped 9. Of course, they could have just literally called it something else and been fine, but whatever.
Yeah, that one has, and from what I hear, the alternate Linux Mint is actually giving Windows a run for their money right now. Apparently, even though it's decentralized.
I probably dream about intelligent machines taking over the world. I think our Roomba wants to be Skynet one day.
Yeah, the Roomba has designs for the human race.
Okay, yeah. Go on, Data.
Yeah, so Linux Mint is probably the most recently created variant of the Linux part. But again,
Gee, I wonder what this level is.
It's the final level.
I kind of figured.
but then
Okay, sorry.
but then again, I couldn't tell you much about Linux, because again, I've only worked with Mac and Windows my whole life, so
I've used Linux more than I've used Macs. I don't understand Macs very well, but I can use a Linux just fine.
what Linux did you have?
I don't know what iteration it was.
Okay,
I mean,
fair enough.
the problem is that Linux has multiple versions of it
Oh,
made
yeah.
by multiple different people, and you just have to get one that you like. That's all there is to it. There's no definitive Linux because there are multiple versions of it because it's open source stuff.
Yeah.
It's red coin collecting time.
Oh, Lord. It's giving me PTSD to that red coin challenge from Super Mario Sunshine.
Well, you don't have to worry about that. These are usually a lot easier.
Uh-oh.
Boop-a-doo. Weapon unlock.
Whoa!
But I'll be using the pixel weapons for a while because they're better than most of the stage 1 weapons.
Oh.
Yep.
So I'll just be using the pixel stuff.
Alright.
Which is Ubisoft, basically Ubisoft not moving on yet. You remember the online passes stuff? Where they
Kinda?
basically they locked part of the game behind like this
a paywall?
behind a paywall because they didn't like resales, right? And so it was only the one code that was in there. That's what that pixel stuff is.
Oh.
That came in the box, a code for the pixel pack. And now that I've used it, if I gave this game to someone else, they couldn't unlock the pixel pack.
Yeah.
Really?
They'd have to buy it.
Yeah, I know that.
That is bullshit.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? It's just one weapon per character. And those weapons eventually get outclassed. So
Right.
it's basically they couldn't let go, but it's minimal at this point.
Yep.
So here's our next new enemy. They've got springs. Basically, they've got jump advantages.
Hopper!
Team jumping jerks.
Yeah, that was...
Whoa! Blaster.
Oh, yeah, it's going to teach me how to do a team jump, which I totally haven't been doing up to this point.
Speaking of that reference that I made, speaking of King of the Hill, Dale's voice actor just died.
Oh.
Don't worry. AI can now recreate voices. Nobody's ever dead.
Of course.
It's just like it's just like Rise of Skywalker trailer. No one's ever really gone. And then I loved Red Letter Media's response to that. No one's ever really gone. No one's ever really gone. No one's ever really gone. It's like guy gets shot. Don't worry, no one's ever really gone.
Oh,
But yes, now that I have upgraded weapons, you'll see secondary effects now.
Oh.
One of those is honey. Honey basically sticks an enemy to the ground. They can't move when they get honeyed.
Which is basically kryptonite for these guys.
Yeah. Let's see. There's bounce, push, and vampire are other ones I can remember right now.
Okay, vampire's just leeching off.
Yeah, it's life leech, and so I like vampire because it gives you some life leech, makes you more survivable.
Wow, they're really hanging around with Luigi.
Yep. Gotta collect the coins. Excuse me. And now I gotta go dash, jump right back up where I was.
You just went a complete circle.
I got 330 damage. That's what I really did.
4 turns is a circle, you idiot!
Only if it's the same direction.
You ever seen that Nicolas Cage movie?
Maybe.
Trapped in Paradise?
No.
Nicolas Cage movie?
Yeah.
I don't know that I ever really watched Nicolas Cage until...
You only know him from memes.
Well, no. Until National Treasure.
Oh, I know what you're
that's a
talking
good one.
about.
And that's the thing is, because that was the first time I believe I actually saw him, I thought he was kind of a lame actor, and I didn't realize that he did all these silly things until later.
There's a reason. Yeah, there's a reason why he's like a walking meme machine.
Yeah.
I have a list of Nicolas Cage movies I need to watch, including like Vampire's Kiss. One where it's that movie where the most famous meme of him is the one where his eyes are bulging out, like you don't say.
So yeah, it was 3 hits because that's what it took for my cover to disappear was 3 hits.
Oh, I see. Now you're completely vulnerable.
Yep. It may be a damage total as well. I don't know about that. But yeah, got hit 3 times, and that was all for my cover. Now I have to figure out where to go from there. Where do I go? I'll go there.
Alright.
Where did I go? I don't know!
I don't know, but I hope I don't get shot.
Don't worry. I will definitely shoot you. I guess. I don't know. I have a yo-yo. He has a yo-yo!
He has a yo-yo, so 90s!
No, even more than that. It's more like an 80s yo-yo. Because it's very blocky. 90s had far slicker pixels. Because that's where you had SNES. And then later N64 stuff.
I was saying 90s because everyone was doing like yo-yo.
So there's the push. As you see, it pushes people. It's very useful getting them out of cover. And also, you can push them out of bounds.
Oh, is that just insta kills them?
It does extra damage. If you or an enemy gets knocked out of bounds, they take extra damage.
All right.
They get put back into bounds, but it is kind of fun to do. But also something you have to watch out for.
Also, I do have an update on something. Remember that last Barnyard episode we did?
Yeah? What about it?
Well, I think we should redo it, and I'm gonna trim the footage.
Oh, okay.
Trim the footage, cause number one, I should have, taken more time, to trim it down and refine it, and two, and not to mention, the commentary just didn't really turn out the way I wanted it, so.
Oh, you just send them flying.
Yep. I sent him flying. So, how about this? How about you guess what some of the Mario characters end up being in terms of XCOM style? So, what do you think Luigi is?
Okay. Luigi.
Yeah.
I'm sniper?
Yeah, he's a sniper.
Oh!
He's a sniper boy. That's why I really like having him on my team, because he's a great sniper.
Which means he can hit at all ranges.
He can hit pretty good ranges. He's also got a, if I remember correctly, he's got a remote bomb.
Oh.
Pretty great stuff.
Alright.
You can see the Goomba there getting a bidet. What do you think Peach is? You're wrong, by the way. I'll just tell you that beforehand.
Really?
Yeah, you're wrong.
Oh!
Yeah. Whatever guess you make, you're wrong.
I was just thinking pure support.
Nope, you're wrong.
Okay, just tell me.
She's support with a shotgun.
Really?
She has a freaking shotgun, but she's still a healer as well. So she's both damage dealer and healer.
She's like, I'm tired of being the damsel in distress.
Yeah, if you want pure support, Rabbid Peach is far closer to that.
Ah.
Though you don't see it now because we don't have our skills yet.
Alright.
So now all we're doing is shooting at people.
Right.
You won't see skills until next episode on Dragon Ball Z, because I get them at the end of this episode.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So our objective is to get to a specific area now. It is not to beat all the enemies, but to run to a specific area. So movement is key.
So you don't have to kill everyone.
Well, you can't, because they're infinitely respawning.
Oh, I see.
You'll see the marker for respawning soon. Or spawning in general, I guess. I honeyed that dude.
And he's dead.
But he's dead! But yeah, you see that pipe?
Yeah?
You can do some crazy tricks with pipes.
And it's a rabbit pipe.
Yep.
That poor unfortunate rabbit. You know how to live the rest of his days in pipes, in a pipe.
Yeah,
a
but he's
pipe.
always eating. See, when enemies are spawning, their ears will pop up where they're going to pop up, and it takes another turn. But when you get in a pipe, it resets movement to whatever your pipe movement is.
Okay.
And that includes if you go into another pipe from there.
And you can just chain
You
that.
can chain them! So if you've got pipes by each other, and if you have 4 movement from a pipe, if you have 4 pipe movement,
Right?
you go from a pipe, you can then move 4, and then you go to another pipe, you can move 4 again, then you go to another pipe, you can move 4 again.
I feel
then
like you
go
can
to another
run
pipe.
the entire map if you're clever enough.
Oh yeah, there are some maps where you can run all over the place. There's this one map I remember that has a bunch of pipes, and you can dash every single enemy, run into pipes to keep going, run back to your teammate, do a team jump. It's ridiculous.
It is insane.
You
Okay,
have not even begun to see the ridiculous levels of movement in this game.
we're now restricted.
Yeah. Right now we're in simple maps and we don't have abilities yet, so you haven't seen the crazy stuff that happens in this game. This game is insane.
Yeah.
I know there's a sequel to this.
Yep. We can go through that too. We can also go through the pseudo sequel as well.
There's a pseudo sequel?
There is a basically an expansion pack kind of thing.
Right?
It's a Donkey Kong adventure.
Oh!
Is DLC for this one. So it's still this game, but you play as Donkey Kong through a completely different story. Donkey Kong! In that one, you don't have extra party members, so you only have the 3, and it's always those 3.
Let me guess, Donkey Kong, Rabbid Donkey Kong, and...
No. Not Rabid Donkey Kong. Rabid Cranky Kong.
Oh.
Who's a cranky old man with a shotgun. He's a cranky old man with a shotgun you got on his lawn.
Yep. Your reflections of the storm.
And Rabid Peach pops up because Rabid Peach is the support character.
Right.
Trust your
And
eyes.
if you don't have a support character, you'd be kind of screwed.
Yeah.
The bear never lies.
Donkey Kong plays very differently from all the other characters in this game.
Really?
Yes, so essentially, right? Everyone's ranged, right?
Right?
They just have different types of weapons. Donkey Kong is definitely not a ranged character. He is a melee character who happens to throw a banana every once in a while.
Oh.
Yeah, he uses his banana as a boomerang.
Really?
Yep, you can actually hit multiple enemies with it, but his most damaging attack is slamming on the ground. Boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom.
He copied some of his Smash Brother moves.
Yeah. So what you want to do is get up close and personal. Boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. But you can also grab enemies and throw them at other enemies. Okay.
Sounds a little OP, but what? In the end, is it OP in the end?
Not quite. But watch this shit. See, I couldn't quite get to the end with Rabid Luigi. So what am I gonna do? Get to the end with Rabid Peach by doing a team jump. Screw you, game!
Do all of you have to go in?
Nope, just one. Mission complete.
Perfect.
Perfect. It gave me 7 turns. I did it 4. We might stop seeing that perfect eventually, though.
Really? Because this is when it starts getting harder.
Oh yeah, there is one level that I've never managed to perfect.
Really?
Yeah, because I can never get it within the turn requirement.
Oh.
I'm always like 2 or 3 turns above the turn requirement.
I see.
But yeah, we can do the Donkey Kong one too, and we can then do the sequel if you guys so.
Because
choose.
I know there's like Rabbid Bowser.
Oh.
I don't know if Rabid Bowser is a thing, but I do know Bowser is a thing. But we're reaching the end. You see, I'm about to gain my abilities. So, roughly now is a good time for any sign-off things. What do you guys think?
I like this.
Yeah,
You
this
like
is
it?
interesting.
Yeah.
How did you get? It's actually very interesting.
Yeah,
I'm surprised this worked.
Yeah, this is a more fluent version of XCOM.
Well, you're also walking around after the battle, and you
Tab
see
what?
the battles ahead of time.
Tab what?
Alt tab.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently the benefactor in question not only is able to send guns through email messages, but they're also able to send us abilities.
A true Nintendo fan.
A true Nintendo fan.
Here.
All right. We'll see y'all in the next episode.
Next time on Rabid Ball Z.